my father was a fashionista. He liked wearing clothes, so he influenced my sense of fashion, if I have any. Then my mom immediately humbles me. My mom was humble to a fault. She was humble. And I took to both of them. I'm not saying I'm humble, but I think I'm humble. So they influenced my life. At least they raised a good child, and I'm happy of what I've become. Well, I would say my journey started with United Foods, the manufacturer of Indomie noodles. When I finished my service then, 1999. The then GM, Mr. Polos, said he was looking for a young man who can just market them. I didn't know what marketing means that time because I was in ISEC when I was in the university, so I understood a bit of marketing. ISEC is an international association of students who are interested in economics and all of that. So I joined D United, and the idea of our marketing at that time was more or less what we call now direct marketing. So I joined the marketing team, and we took the brand all over Nigeria and 30 states of this country. So after like 1 year of like traveling all over Nigeria, I joined the core marketing team. I started having meetings with the insights, started building a brand structure for Indomie at that time, started doing our TVC campaign, and that's how the journey started. Well, you know what sodium is? Sodium is salt, and in everything that you eat there's sodium. Even in this bottle of water, don't let me advertise these people, there's still sodium in it. So, and that name was given to me in secondary school in a lesson, and our chemistry teacher was like, "Who's this boy? He's just jumping up and down like sodium." And that's how the name stuck. And when he called me that name, he didn't know what he was doing when he called me that name. So growing up, I started researching. Okay, number one, 11 elements, blah, 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 sodium, okay. And I joined Bible to it. Said we are the salt of the world, city set of all the mountain can never be eaten. I'm not eating, I'm saying so. Salt of the world, I just said, okay. When I was opening my Instagram, I was like, why should I just put salt of the world? Because some way, somehow, you're going to need me. I realized there was a gap that still needed to be bridged. So Side Sodium Group, which was a full-blown experiential agency at that time. And Sodium started in 2009, and here we are. Sodium has given back to so many other companies in oil and gas, hospitality, manufacturing, and agribusiness. I left Saatchi & Saatchi, and the first job we ever got, we pitched for a job at Coca-Cola then, and the first job I ever got at that time in 2009 was the Coca-Cola Christmas tree, and it was about 120 million PO that was given to us. You know what a PO means, and that means do the job, we pay you 30 days after. And for a young entrepreneur, I didn't have anything. I came out with maybe less than 10 million I saved from my work, and I've already paid for offices, I've paid for computers, I've been paying salary. There was this challenge of how am I going to execute this? That was the fear of my client at that time, like, you're a young agency, how would you be able to execute this job? And I wanted to prove to them that I could do it. So I went everywhere trying to see who can borrow us money. All the big banks were saying, you are young, you don't have pedigree, we can't support you. I remember that time. This is not me marketing this company. Adosa Microfinance. There are young men like myself. I just went to them, and those guys said, okay, we saw your passion, we agree with you, but you don't have pedigree. I said, I have to do this job. Those guys were the one that actually borrowed me some money, like 10 million. When I finished the whole 120 million naira job, we did the campaign, Coca-Cola Christmas tree. It was huge. It was a success. I barely could manage to have 5-6 million naira profit from a job of around 120 million, because I was paying bank loans, and and from there it's been like a roller coaster, because Nigeria's system does not really support growing business. They don't support SMEs. Forget about the lies that they tell all of us. We have experienced it over the last 14 years. And it's been struggle all the way. If you are not a silver spoon, to grow in this country takes, I would say, the grace of God and your ruggedness, your commitment, your consistency, your persistency. People like us would have died. The agents would have died years back because of banks. I've had issues with banks because we are doing legitimate business and we have to keep taking from banks for us to be able to execute multinational jobs. So for all my brothers that are experiential marketing out there, I'll say, you guys are doing well. Nobody's hailing you, but I'm hailing you guys here. Tanzania's story is basically, I would say, the issue of why would a stranger come and take our treasure? They weren't looking at the creativity, they are looking at the papers are there to testify to that. We did things that have not been done before in Tanzania. We're the first agency in this part of the world that did mob activation. You know what they call mob activation? It happened in Tanzania. Even their president commended it. The papers are there. I think they should still have some in the agency. I can show you. We did a share code campaign in Nigeria, and the Coca-Cola Tanzania saw that and said, "Where is this agency?" He said, "It's in Nigeria." We went to Tanzania, we presented in Tanzania. They loved our concept, and they agreed for us to come and do the business, come and do the activation. So we started moving ourselves to Tanzania. The agencies there rose up, said, "No, I can." An agency from Nigeria come and establish here and start doing business. So, which is good, it's fair. If we can do that in Nigeria too, it'd be nice because, so they started fighting us. A project that was meant to last 1 year, we couldn't even spend two months. We had gone to borrow, we couldn't borrow in Tanzania, we borrowed there in Nigeria to fund a project in Tanzania. We're changing from naira to dollar to shilling. In between those days, we are losing money. And as I was never a CEO before, so I didn't understand how much of money we're losing in those gaps. But hey, it is what it is. We learned our lessons and we're still moving on. Details of Tanzania is for another day. You have to do a whole episode. When I realized that one stream of income is like me killing myself and banks were going to kill me, I don't start earning multiple streams. It's okay, let's diversify. What can we do? Started with manufacturing, which is we started with the bottled water necessitated. What is that people need every day? Say, yeah, let's start with water, bottled water, and pure water. We ventured into that. We started Momo water, and that is still there. It's not. I won't tell anybody to go into bottled business water if you don't have deep pocket like a Coca-Cola, or maybe the water is your byproduct. You have a major product. I'll tell you, unless you are ready to sit down or you have automated everything, then that is still there running. We started with some boutique hotels. We realized that a lot of people come into the country, they don't want the big hotel, they just want a nice, cozy place to just hibernate, rest, and go back to their country. So we started with what we call Alexia's Place, and I've had a couple of that now in Nigeria. It's hospitality business. Then the oil and gas business is our survival. We have an oil and gas business that is the services. And, what I've done is, from the experience I've accumulated, I've realized that when you leave the professionals to do their job and give them the support that they require, the profits will come. I have a connection and I have the basic startup fund. So what I've done is I've invested in different kind of business with my small change, and they are bringing rewards. And I've left professionals to do their job, and while I just do the job of the boardroom management. Then agribusiness, we are into export of basic products in Nigeria so that we can earn some dollars. A couple of other businesses like that are still growing. There'll be things that will be done to tarnish your image, things that will be done to bring you down. You just have to keep going. So I can't tell you there's a template for how a business can succeed in Nigeria. You know somebody that says the template. There's no template. At some point, you look at yourself and say, man, do you think I should just leave this country? But you just have to keep going. Because if I look at about 80 to 100 staff that I'm paying, I'll look at them, this family depends on me. If I leave them now, I've left almost 100 homes stranded. I keep pushing and I keep pushing. And here we are. we're not dead. We're still alive. Because, like they always say, a company is a going concern, so you have to just keep going. And now into politics, because I feel the worst of us should stop ruling over the best of us. Because even not because of the policies they have made that have affected the likes of us, because we decided to stay in business, Nigeria will probably be a better place. Why not politics? We play politics every day. Even in your home, you play politics. In your offices, you play politics. We play politics every day. So why can't we apply that wisdom and that experience into Nigerian politics to influence our lives? I feel that the best of us just think we are the best and we stay in a small corner and complain. We should stop doing that. It's time we need to get involved. It's time we need to be part of these people. We need to ease they will not want us to come, but we need to ease our way into their midst and start doing what we know how to do best. Bring our professionalism into play. If you're a journalist, if you are a doctor, if you're whatever profession you are in, you need to start participating in Nigerian politics. Nigeria needs you. It needs all of us. Because we can't leave this into these people anymore. We've listened to them for almost 60 years. Look at where we are. You need to leave the comfort of your home, the comfort of your businesses, and ease your way into politics. It's dirty. Like I said to you earlier on, I said, if you have a glass cup of muddy water and you don't want to drink it, it's that you do something about it. But if you drop small water in that muddy water, it will not still be clean. But if you pour more pure water or clean water into that cup, at some point the water will get clean. So the more good people that come into politics, the more you push out the bad people. Or else you want to carry your pure water and drink straight, but you're not using that cup. So you feel that you are good people in this country, start easing yourself into politics. I feel that that's the only position that can give me the kind of executive power that I want, and the kind of position that would give me the executive power and the financial muscle to make the kind of change, the paradigm change or the paradigm shift that I want in the United States. Every other one, like joining the House of Rep, is me not being able to beat them and joining them, learning their businesses, learning their politics, that kind of politics. So if you want to make a change, you have to take the bull by the horn. That's me taking the bull by the horn. And as the executive governor of the state, you are responsible for the state. And you can make the kind of changes that you want to see. Well, I started playing golf in 2007 when I brought in Colin Montgomery to Nigeria. And I was working with Mr. Demel Fort and Yemi Odishota at that time. And I was working with IMG in the UK to bring in those golf professionals. When was it Colin that saw me, or it was Colin that asked me, said, so Abi, do you play golf? I said, no, I don't play golf. I said, oh my God, you do not know what you're missing until you start playing golf. So that year, I registered at the Koyi Club, and since then, there's no looking back. Golf is life. Golf teaches you a lot of lessons.